Hi everyone, this is Fox here. So it's a it's a beautiful morning today, and I just wanted to go through the process of how I created the piece. So you know, I was assigned to take Malay poetry and translate it into music, and I think in a lot of different ways. I think for myself, when I create, I'm just someone that doesn't really have a certain boundary in how you do things, and I think it applied here because I wasn't in the business of trying to convert the speech and the dialogue, into some sort of sample, and then from there create a beat and then call it a day. You know, I think what was really interesting for me was how could I how could I have the person actually recite the poetry and make music to accompany it. And I think that's exactly what I set out to do. When you listen to it, you realize that a lot of times it's just the audio as itself, and I wrote the music around it. Even in my session file, and just in case no one understands what that means, a session file is just basically the file that you are having your session on. It's just one long, like session file. I didn't break it up into individual songs for each part. I just almost improvised and wrote as I go. And I think this is important, man, because you know a lot of my ideas stem from everything that's happening around me, everything I listen and hear. But it doesn't necessarily mean that I understand what I'm doing. It doesn't necessarily mean that that what I also hear is something that I can relate. So I think it was very important for me to take the message and put it in a context that I understand, and that's exactly what I set to do. So it's very clear for me to accomplish these sort of ideas, because many a times I think we can almost overdo such concepts, and you know that's just not what I was about lah. So I mean, that was one. I think two, what was very interesting about this process was how almost easy it was to create this. um, I feel a lot of times what's missing in music is the sense of fear and bravery in the things that we do. And I think I was very happy to be a part of this, because it's kind of what I was after lah. I was after a lot of improvised works and pieces. I'm also after, like, the theatrical aspect of it, because I love theater, and I'm just like, man, if someone was reciting this poetry, what sort of music could really accompany it? You know, because the process of making the music is not as important as why I chose to make it that way. Everyone's expression is different. I think mine is at least for that part, it's it's a very ADHD thing. um, you know when I got bored, I moved on, and when I got bored, I moved on and on and on and on, and it just kept repeating. And I think it's nice that, like, when you have a chance to listen to it, whether it's at the silent disco, or I don't know how else the music is going to be presented. I think kind of take it as it is, and it's almost like taking in a very long, deep breath. That's how I see this. A very, very, very long, deep breath. And at the end of it, right, of course, taking a very long, deep breath means you gotta take a very long, uh, well, let's not call it a deep exhale, but a very long exhale. And I think that is what the peace is. The peace is also called new life. And new life is a concept I have for pretty much a lot of things that I do right now. So everything is a state of birth and transformation. So I hope you guys enjoy this piece. I hope you guys enjoy everyone else's piece. Yeah, altruism 2019 and beyond.